Hello friends, it is Stasia and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be starting a new reading vlog. This will be for my February Unwrapped challenge. So first, let's get to the most important part. Take a little flashback to my February TBR where I unwrapped these books. So I just plugged in 22. Maybe if it will focus on my phone, not me. There we go. And then we will click generate and it is number 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it feels like a smaller book, paperback. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it and I will show it to you guys first. Oh my gosh, I can't open it. There we go. So it's either upside down or backwards. Upside down. Pen pal! Okay, so pen pal I believe is a forbidden, not super sure, romance. I've heard very mixed things. I've heard this has made people cry. So we'll see how this goes. I actually just got this one last year from Meet Cute. I have a vlog on that somewhere. So that's interesting. I'm intrigued. I feel like I could get through this one pretty fast. So that is very fun first pick for the Unwrapped. All right, now let me change the number to 21, which I just did. Maybe, hi, and let's focus here. And then let's generate again. 21. All right, so that means it would just be the last book right here. This would be number 21. All right, so I will once again show it to you all first, and we will see what we get. I'm very intrigued. I just don't know how I wrap these. I already forgot. So I feel like it's this way. No, I did it wrong again. Okay, so this one is I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell. I believe this is a isolated thriller. I could be wrong, but I believe it is an isolated thriller. All right, so very different vibes this month for my Unwrapped books, but both books that I'm actually very intrigued and very excited about. Also both pretty short, so that is very nice. So as you just seen, the two books that I picked are very much on the opposite spectrum of each other, but they are two books that I am very excited about. So I picked I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell and Pen Pal by JT Gessinger. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but two very opposite books. A romance about an inmate writing letters to this lady, not sure. And then this is a thriller that I'm not sure what it's about. It says, gripping suspenseful story of a young woman whose new job, her dream job, may be her last. So, very excited for this and this. I did pick up the audiobook for I Need You to Read This, so I think we're gonna dive into that one. But this one doesn't seem like it'll take a super long time. It is less than 300 pages, and all the chapters start on the right side, so that's always fun. It looks like the chapters are very short, and it looks like there's a lot of letters in this one too, or at least I've seen some letters. I don't know where they went, or maybe more towards the ending. Yeah, there's lots of letters towards the ending, so I guess they have that in common. Lots of letters, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna start with I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell. I will update you guys when I am about 50% of the way in with a synopsis and some initial thoughts, and then we'll go from there. So I'll chat to you all soon when I reach 50% of I Need You to Read This. Hi friends, I am back because I am officially 50% into I Need You to Read This, and it's been interesting so far. So we are following our main character, Alex. She lives in New York. She's kind of just living her life, but she's very on edge. I believe she has a past that she's sort of running from, but we're not completely sure yet. And I don't know that she's super reliable. I don't know, but she has like 3 locks on her doors type of stuff. But anyways, so Alex recently gets this new job at a newspaper firm. I don't know if you call it a firm, being a advice column writer. So she gets this job because the last column writer was very, very famous. So her name was Frances, and she was the writer for the Dear Constance column for this newspaper, but she was recently killed, and her killer was never caught. But obviously the show must go on with this newspaper. So on a whim, Alex applies to be the new writer of the column. She doesn't actually expect to get it. She's kind of just doing it because she's seen the like application pop up and decided to go with it. She ends up getting the job, and now she's kind of just there. But there is that like eerie feeling of the killer never being caught. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're going. Alex is sorting through all of these letters and emails that are directed to the column and trying to, you know, give advice and that sort of stuff. So far, I'm enjoying it. We have these like letters from this one person. She has the like name at the end, Lost Girl. So we have letters from her at the end of, not at the end of every chapter, but every few chapters. And I don't know if this is like a past or present thing. I think it is letters from the past that was to Frances. I'm not completely sure. So we don't know who Lost Girl is, but we're following Alex as she's, you know, diving into these letters, and then we get these random letters from Lost Girl, and it's like progressively getting more intense with her letters. Like at first she's kind of just lost, she doesn't know what to do with her life, and then she meets someone and she's like, is this the right decision? Is she safe? We don't know, but I'm 50% of the way into the book and I'm enjoying it so far. I definitely think it's interesting. There's a lot of eeriness in the book. I'm not completely sure what's going on. I'm not completely sure who we're trusting. Very curious about Alex and her past, as well as who this potential lost girl is. I'm also wondering if we will ever find the killer. I'm assuming we will find the killer for Frances, but we don't know. I feel like questions are arising for every single character, so I just don't know where this will lead us and who done it, I guess. I don't know how we end with Alex. Nothing has really happened to her yet in this job. She just published her first column and it seems to be doing well, but I don't know, her boss is weird, her assistant is weird, this potential guy that she might like is weird. Everyone in the book is just very odd. The only people who are not odd though are these 2 people in the diner she goes to every morning. I think it's like the waitress, and then this other guy who used to be a detective, and he's now a regular there. I think that they're very fun. I like that whole aspect. I like that we still see them. They're there every morning when Alex goes to get her breakfast and stuff. So I like that little like bit of normalcy, and then that little bit of routine that she has going, and then she goes to work and we don't know what is going on. But so far I'm enjoying it. It is super engaging. I'm hoping that maybe I'll finish it within the next couple of days. The audiobook is super easy to listen to. I have a few tabs, nothing like crazy. I always like to keep, I don't know if you guys can see it, I like to keep tabs on my bookmarks now, because Alice Feeney, like the previous thriller books I've read from Alice Feeney have had so many great one-liners that I just like to keep tabs on me just in case. So there's a few, not much, but that's fine. But yeah, so this is my first book from the author, so I didn't know what to expect, but it is very engaging. I'm very curious to see where it's going to go, especially because it's not a super long book. and we have like less than 150 pages left. So excited for the ride, and I will chat to you all hopefully soon when I end up finishing I Need You to Read This. Hello friends, back with an update because I just finished, or a little bit ago I finished I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell. You guys just seen me like write up my review and all of that fun stuff, but I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars. I thought it was engaging. The setting was very eerie. I did guess some things and I did put some things together, but not everything, so I was still kind of like shocked. I don't know if shocked is the right word, but I was taken aback, I guess, by some of the reveals. I will say I wish our main character Alex wasn't as naive in everything that she was doing, because I feel like when you get to know her past and what she's been through, she shouldn't have been so naive about jumping into certain situations. But that's all right. Still very interesting. It didn't really go the way that I thought it was going to go. Like, I was looking at the big picture and then I missed the big thing that was actually happening. So maybe Alex is not that naive, but I don't know. Overall, like I said, 3.5 stars. It wasn't bad. It was very entertaining. It was fun. I really liked the like letter aspect in it, where they got to write to the column advice person. So I did like that. I just feel like there were also some storylines that I didn't fully get closure on. The big story got closure, the big mystery got closed, but I feel like there were just some things that I kind of wanted more information on, but that's all right. Overall, enjoyed my time with it. 3.5 stars, not a bad start. So there's that. All right, so the next book we will be reading for this vlog that I probably won't start today, but that's all right. It is Pen Pal by JT Gessinger. I'm not entirely sure how to say it, but the edition is gorgeous. And I have no clue what this one is really about. I just know that something happens to this woman's husband, and I believe a random guy from prison writing her letters or something like that. I don't know. But I know that this one has letters as well. So whenever I get to 50%, I will pop back in with an update and probably more of a synopsis. So I will chat to you all soon when I dive into Pen Pal. Hello friends, I am finally back with an update. It's been a couple days, but I'm finally back with an update because I'm officially 50% into pen pal. Gonna be honest, not completely sure how I'm feeling about it. So how can we describe this? So we follow our girl. What even is her name? Okay, whatever. So we follow this girl whose name I do not know. And essentially her husband has just passed away. Literally, like, that is the first chapter. The first line of the book is that her husband has passed away. When she gets home, she sees a letter that is from prison, and it's from this guy named Dante, but she doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know how he has her addressed. She thinks it's pretty much a scam that they found her like on the newspaper, that her husband just passed away, so they're trying to like scam her into giving them money or whatever. That is what she thinks it is, but for some reason she keeps like writing back. So we follow her as she just lost her husband. She's getting these random letters in the mail from someone in prison, and she has just sparked a connection with a guy named Aiden. Aiden originally came to her house because it needed some repairs, so he came to take a look at that, and instantly there was like the attraction. So that progresses rather quickly, if you ask me. So that's pretty much what we're following right now. It's basically her, whose name I don't know. I feel like I should know her name, but we're following her as she's figuring out how to live her life, and if anything with Aiden will progress while also receiving these letters from Dante. I have a theory on what is going on. I don't know if it's right, but I do have a theory. But like I said, I'm not super sure how I feel about it. Our girl, I'll figure her name out at some point, but she moved on pretty quickly, I would say, and I just don't know like why they're so into each other right now, her and Aiden. But they like hit it off like immediately. Her husband's like grave is probably not even filled in, but I don't know. I don't care for them really. I am slightly curious on the whole like Dante situation, like the person writing her letters. I wish there was more letters in here, but overall not really sure how I feel about it. I'm not loving it. He calls her Bunny, like a rabbit. I don't like that nickname, but people love it. People cry, and I just at this point don't see why I would cry. I don't care about these characters enough. I feel like their connection was very like insta love, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm at the 50% mark. We'll see what the second half brings, and maybe it'll progress. But as of right now, they're not doing much. They're just banging, essentially, is what she's doing. So we'll see if anything gets better or if I care anymore at some point. I am tabbing slightly, not a whole bunch. I'm just tabbing some quotes because I thought I would have loved this book, but I think I'm probably just gonna end up taking out the tabs and selling it. So I don't even know that I will attempt to tab the second half, but all in all, not sure. Not my favorite, not loving it. I don't know if the second half even has the time to turn it around for me, but as of right now, it just seems like a pretty pointless book. But I think once we get more information on Dante, the person who keeps writing her, maybe things might take a turn. Not sure, but we'll see. 50% in, not loving it. If I had to give it a rating right now, it'd probably be like a 2.5, maybe a 2. I don't know. They're just essentially all they're doing is meeting up to bang. That's all her and Aiden are doing. But whatever. We'll see if there's any growth. We'll see if they actually talk about anything, but as of now they are not, and I don't like that. So give you guys an update in a little bit. Hopefully soon within the next couple of days with me finishing this book, and we'll see what my final rating is. So far, not hopeful, but we'll see. It could turn around. I don't know. But that is the update for now, and I'll chat to you all soon when I finish Pen Pal. Hello friends, I'm back with an update because I have officially finished Pen Pal by J.T. Gessinger. And it was a ride. It was a ride. I know in my 50% update, I was very hesitant. I didn't know what was happening. I thought that it was like nothing was making sense. I will say it all wrapped up in the end. So I think, I don't know. I don't know where I want to go with my rating here. Kind of going with like a 3.5, maybe 4. We'll go 4. We'll go 4. So I'm gonna give Pen Pal 4 stars. I will say that the beginning definitely throws you for a loop. I did not read the back of the book, but after reading reviews, apparently the blurb is not at all what the book is about. So I would suggest not reading the blurb at all if you can. And just going into it blind if it is something that you are interested in. Something I didn't know about this book is that there are paranormal elements. Main character is pretty much an unreliable narrator, I would say. But overall, like I said, 4 stars. I did end up enjoying it because of the ending and the twist that came out of it that made everything else make sense on why Kayla, which is the main girl, and her relationship with Aiden progressed so fast. So it did end up all making sense in the end. I'm gonna go with a 4 star. Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable, very addicting to read. Slightly misleading, I think, in what I've heard about the book, or at least what I thought the book was about. Slightly misleading there, but like I said, I still enjoyed it. Very easy to read, very fast chapters, and there's a lot more to the book than I thought there was. So a main question here that people have for the book, I guess, after reading it is it considered a romance after the ending? Do we think that the characters got a happily ever after? And for me, I say yes, but I can also see why some people say no and why some people think that it shouldn't be marketed as a romance. But I do think that the ending gave us a happily ever after, and I would consider it a romance. Like I said, romance is not, while romance is a really big part in the book, it's an active playing part, I don't think that is the main concept of the book. It is more so Kayla trying to figure out her life and what is happening. So I feel like going into this thinking it is completely a romance is why I wasn't enjoying it at first. I just thought it was a dark romance, and I don't really think that it's a dark romance. I wouldn't consider it to be a dark romance, but that's fine. It is what it is. So 4 stars for this, and that wraps up our second unwrapped reading vlog. So not too bad of picks, I don't think, for the month of February. We got a 4 star out of Pen Pal. I don't think it's worth keeping for me though. I may unhaul it. And then we did get a 3.5 out of I Need You to Read This. Pretty different vibes, but still enjoyed, I would say, both of them. I think they're both worth giving a shot. I think Pen Pal would probably be like either hit or miss, and then I just think that I just needed a little bit more to happen here. But yeah, so overall, decent vlog, and that wraps up our unwrapped reading vlog for February. Stay tuned for my March TBR video to see what I unwrapped, and then hopefully towards the ending of March, beginning of April, my next unwrapped reading vlog will come out with the 2 books that I unwrap in my March TBR. But that is that. Another one done. 2 books that have been sitting. I believe these were both acquired within the last year, so they haven't been sitting on my shelves for too long, but I don't know when I would have picked them up aside from them being an unwrapped book. So happy to have them off my shelves, and I do think that I did enjoy my time. So that is it for this reading vlog. If you want to let me know that you were here, you can comment a black heart, because we have unintentionally got into black books. So you can comment a black heart or a red heart, I guess, for Pen Pal, for just to let me know you were here and watching. So that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.